guys, it's me, Sally. I am a cake artist. I finally got my rotator cuff surgery exactly 2 weeks ago. I am on day 15 of recovery. I finally saw my doctor last week post-op on Friday, which was exactly 10 days from my surgery, to get my stitches removed. My stitches are like, he cut them out, but the way he cut me was a little differently. Normally when you get this rotator cuff tear, you get a cut like right here and then two cuts here and then one here and one back here. But because I had a tear in my tendon, he had to actually cut me like right here and right here. And I had these hydrocolloidal scarring bandages on. They are actually really great because they're like these silicone bandages and they help with scarring, and they are waterproof and they stick onto your skin and a little bubble just like pops up just to know that it's healing from the inside. And they actually work really well because I actually get cuts on my shin all the time hitting them into things, and I use these bandages and I like barely get any scarring, which is amazing. So I have those on there. They usually last like 5 to 7 days, which is great for recovery. So I had that on my incisions where my stitches were, and so when he took them out, I waited a day and I put these on, which is great because then it's so much easier to shower. So I saw my doctor. It's been so great. It was really great going in because I've been wearing this Breg 2 slingshot sling, and I absolutely hate this cushion thing. The cushion thing is humongous, and it is contoured towards some of your body, but it is meant for like a really tall, large man. Like, I feel like it's not meant for like a little tiny petite girl like me. I'm 5'4", and so like this was like, this cushion being under my arm was like pushing out my arm so far from my body that it was so awkward sleeping in and stuff. It just kept pushing my body in like weird directions, and unless I did like my shoulder stretches where I know I like straighten out my shoulder and I straighten up my posture, then I could tell that it was affecting me really bad. And when I finally went to see my doctor post-op, he told me I could take this off and have breaks from it, so I don't have to wear it 24/7, which is great. So I actually take like a few hour breaks where I don't wear this, and I just put like a nice thin little pillow, like something really thin, even like thinner than this. Like when I sit in a chair, I don't even have to have it on. I can just have a pillow propped up under my arm like this, which is so good. It feels so nice to like sit, and even to take the sling off for an hour or two, you can just stand up, take the sling out gently, and keep your arm by your side straight for like, I actually had to do that 2 or 3 times a day so that I wouldn't lose circulation in my elbow. So the doctor does want me to be able to bend my elbow up this way and bend my elbow up this way, bend my elbow up this way and this way, and then just keep it like this propped up under a pillow on this side, which is amazing. Just being able to do that, I felt like I wasn't losing circulation in my hands or my forearm or my elbow. So it makes a huge difference just being able to bend your arm up slowly this way. So all the movements you want to do post second week, because this is when they start issuing you PT and you can go back to PT. The PT will assess how far your mobility and your flexibility is, and what they do is they have you just do very passive range of motion exercises, which are very slow, just gentle movements of bending of your elbow in this direction or this direction. And then when I take off my sling, I actually remove this cumbersome, humongous pillow that's like pushing it out from my body. And you don't want to do movements that are like this raised up at all. You don't even want to bend your arm out this way for this arm yet. You get there at like the 2-month mark. So, but I feel like I've been pretty good because I do wrist exercises. So I always do my wrists bending this way, and I bend my wrists this way, like side to side. And I do hand twirls, and then the doctor wants to make sure you can like touch all your fingers and you can actually like move your fingers really well, and squeezing the exercise ball really makes a difference. And for me, I felt like I had to always kind of like do my wrist exercises like this and then rotate my wrist like this so that I got motion back, because I was losing circulation in my arm like so fast. And so I would come out of the sling and just keep my arm on my side and just do my wrist exercises like this and just move it around with my hands straight. And I'm showing you on my right because this is my left, and it's gonna be hard for me to put the sling back on later. So that's what I do. So I take a break from the sling, I stand straight, just make sure you don't have any sudden jerky movements. My PT doctor told me, I just saw PT today, which has been great. She told me you want to avoid anything where you like suddenly grab something, like no jerky movements, like no going out of the way to like touch anything. But she does say that I can bend my elbow up like gently, like so, to like even feed myself a little bit, like food wise, which is amazing. You have no idea. Like, I feel like the sling is so inhibiting. Yeah, it's trying to keep your arm from hitting things or touching things or bending in the wrong way. But I feel like it also was like really bad because it creates so much stiffness. I had so much stiffness in my neck and so much stiffness in my shoulders and my elbows and my wrist that I really had to come out of the sling to kind of like, you know, just let my blood flow in different directions. So like hanging your arm down by your side gets the blood coming back down towards your wrists and your forearm, which is really nice. And so like, so when I shower and stuff, what I do is I just stand in the shower straight, and if I need to do anything, I just make sure I bend my wrist very slowly. So you can like grab something gently, like turning this way. Grab your shampoo bottle if you have that. Even though I have pumps, they're actually easier to have the pump. You can even just keep your arm down and gently squeeze the bottle of the shampoo solution into your head and then like shower yourself, which is great. The showering has been great. So I've been able to wash my hair and just rinse with like a head little thing very easily, because these hydrocolloidal bandages are amazing. They're totally waterproof and they flake off after 5 to 7 days. So they don't start to peel off yet at all. So that's been like my 15-day journey of my rotator cuff surgery. I'm feeling really good just being able to move my wrist and my elbow. Like, you don't want to move this way, this is rotating, or this way because this is rotating, or this way is rotating. You just want to keep it L or arm straight. So like, I actually will take naps. Like if I'm really, really exhausted, I'll just lay straight in my bed with my arms next to my side, and it feels amazing just to take like a 1 or 2 hour nap like that. I don't move in my sleep because I used to have like a hard back brace when I was a teenager. So I've gotten used to just sleeping very still. But like, if you feel like you're gonna move, then it's just safer to have the sling in and a little pillow propped under and just sleep on like the wedge or your recliner or whatever is easier for you. I've been sleeping in my bed on a wedge with a cervical spine pillow, which is great because it's just got like a little tiny hump to support your neck. And this week at PT was like amazing. She showed me all these great neck exercises where you're just like bending and like looking up towards the sky. You're basically doing neck side bends and then kind of rotating to look up and down. And she calls it saying no with your chin, which is kind of like this, but it makes a big difference because it's stretching like all this stiffness in your neck and in your back from the sling. And so I feel like the exercises have been great, and the whole like being able to like just bend your elbow up like this slowly is gonna make a big difference in how much circulation you get back in your fingers and getting some of the blood into your hands and stuff, which has been amazing. I feel like I'm doing really good. I feel like the pain in my actual rotator cuff area has pretty much subsided. I don't have like any pain here unless I accidentally like stretch my shoulders back too much. But stretching your shoulder back right now is like great. And then all of it's kind of back movement. You don't want to like hunch in forward, but you can hunch up to do some stretches and then hunch down and like press your shoulders down. And she tells me to put my elbows like right here and just kind of like feel like you're pushing your elbows down towards the ground, which is great because it's just stretching a lot of your neck muscles, I feel like. So I do that, and that's been really amazing just to feel all that tension come off your neck. I feel like sleep and everything has been like so much better. You just have to be aware not to use your hand to lift things. I have this tendency to want to like grab something like this with my left hand, even though I'm not supposed to be putting any weight on it. You want it to be recovering. You don't want to put weight on your sutures and stuff. The only other limitation is not being able to drive. It sucks. I'm like, I miss being able to drive, even with my right hand, maybe. So that's like one of the negatives of waiting till you recover, because luckily with me, I saw the doctor and post-op, he's actually gonna let me come out of my sling 1 week early, so I get out of my sling in 3 weeks, which is gonna be amazing, because then I can drive then. Eating and all that stuff has been okay. It's hard to like do things that are like steaks or anything where you have to use a knife and utensil. I feel like it's easier if you just use like scissors and cut your meat or whatnot, if you had to cook some sort of meat or have ground meat. But I feel like microwave meals might be easy if you live by yourself and you have no one to cook for you, like microwave meals or some easy home cooked meals that don't require you to cut it up to chew really easily. I'm trying to think if there's anything else movement wise that I have issues with. I do have to do a lot of like Passover kind of like stuff. That helps too. And then besides that, I feel like if you have any questions, let me know, because I feel like everyone's surgery is different, but you definitely don't want to put weight on this arm to use it for anything. You want it to, like, you know, recover and relax. But I have told you that because I overcompensated with my right, my PT is going to try to help me with my right because I have a lot of really bad popping. And she said to not like jerk my arm around too much, like actually move slower. So if I reach up for something, go slow instead of like grabbing it really quick out of reflex. And so that will help with alleviating the pain that I've been getting in my right rotator cuff. So that's my 15-day journey right now. I feel like I'm doing really great and the recovery is great. It's just so nice not to feel the pain and the inflammation pain in my left rotator cuff. The pain I'm feeling is just from the fact that I can't bend my elbow that much and I don't have much circulation going through this arm. But taking the sling off and letting it hang by the side, I do this about 3 times a day for like an hour, and I just either hang out in my room or I stay away from my kids so that they don't bump into me or my husband. My husband actually has a higher tendency of bumping into me because he's tall, so he'll like elbow bump me by accident and I'll be like, ah. So besides that, just you're doing great. I feel like at the 15-day mark, it's like a big difference from like when you first come back the first week from surgery. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. I'll probably do it a month out and see how that goes, and then when my sling gets off. So excited. So I thank you so much for following me. I can't wait to get back to full mobility, flexibility, and being able to do day-to-day things like I normally did before I had my rotator cuff tear. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope this helps. Please feel free to ask me any questions, or if you have anything you want to answer or feel like I was helpful, that would be great in the comments too. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thanks for following. Bye.